Hey guys, Jay here. A little while back I posted an animation I did of Deadly Premonition 2's cover art, and while working on it, I decided to record the process to share with you guys. I know this is really late now, my bad. Just a little disclaimer before I get started though, I am self-taught and I have this strange thing against Photoshop, so there's probably much better ways to do a lot of the things I'm doing, but this is just how I do it. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, the first part is the setup. And this is probably the most annoying part because you're technically not really animating anything and won't really be for a while. Here I'm using masks to cut out bits of the picture to separate them. Figuring out how the animation is probably going to look like at the end before you start doing anything else helps a ton because trying to cut things and repaint things in the middle of animating can be really annoying. Trust me, I know. For this picture, it's probably a lot more easier to figure out what should be separated. So like the tree will be its own thing, each bit of cloud, the sky in the background, the street, and so on and so forth. The next step is what I refer to as repainting, and to be honest, I don't really have much footage recorded for this step because I decided to use Photoshop's content aware fill for this bit and completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing and everything went wrong. But I guess you get the point. So basically for this step you want to draw over things that isn't supposed to be on that layer. So for my tree layer, I definitely don't want any clouds on it, and I'll paint more of the tree where that cloud is. So when I move that cloud, you'll see the tree behind it and not the exact same cloud. Hopefully that makes sense. Content aware fill can be really good for environments and if you just want to be lazy. Some people break out a drawing tablet in Photoshop and actually paint over everything very nicely. To be honest, I just use the clone tool in After Effects. It doesn't have to be completely perfect or anything, and I tend to repaint as I animate, so I just need to do what's necessary and not spend too much time on it, because I don't really like spending too much time on it. And then the fun parts start to happen. Now I'm setting up my scene in 3D. Did you ever do one of those projects in art class where you take a shoebox or something and try to make a mini scene in it with depth perception and all that? It's kind of something like that. Take your images and place them where they should be in Z space. So whatever's in the back should be placed in the back, and the front stuff goes in the front. Messing with rotation and scale helps too. From there you can take a camera and start moving it around. And it already looks pretty damn cool. Of course, before I actually animate anything in, I have to throw special effects in. That's maybe a little sad, but whatever. I didn't actually really animate much in this. Besides the camera and fancy effects, it was really just the clouds, sky, and tree, which were all relatively easy too. The tree maybe not so much, cause oof, the puppet tool, but even that was pretty much all automated. Seriously, if you aren't familiar with the wiggle expression, look into it. It can pretty much be used in anything you want a little randomness in, and I love it. And then the camera. This is pretty much up to your tastes. Sometimes I like to have the camera kind of flying through a little like I do here. Sometimes I like to just have it rotate a little. Either way, did I mention the wiggle expression? I will literally not stop talking about the wiggle expression. I use it too much. It's really great for the camera too. Now it's pretty much just finishing it. I can't tell if I like this part more or less than cutting and repainting. Not gonna lie. Including 3D and other fancy things into After Effects makes the previews and rendering time so slow. Maybe that's just me, but I spend a lot of time actually finishing it up because previews are so slow. Maybe about half the footage I have for this is me waiting for previews to finish. So basically press play, wait half an hour for the AE icon to start flashing on you, tweak some things, and repeat until you either get fed up with doing that or your boyfriend comes in and is all, damn it, just post it already. Once again, maybe just a me problem, but it is technically a big part of my process. Probably not helpful for you though. Anyway, and that's all. That's how I did this particular animation and pretty much how I do every other one with some variations here and there. If you have any questions, come drop by my stream. I stream on Twitch most weeknights. So far it's pretty much just game streams, but I would love to start streaming animations if I ever get the confidence. Hope you either enjoyed watching or learned from it, or both. And I hope you like what I came up with also. Very excited about Deadly Premonition 2. Alright, well, see ya!